All right, welcome back. We are diving straight into Module 8 of our FinOps 101 series, and this one is a bit of a detective story. We're calling it The Case of the Hidden Cloud Costs, because we're going to put on our investigator hats and find out where all that money is really going. Okay, before we start the investigation, we've got the standard but very important disclaimer. As you can see, this is Module 8 of a 20-part tutorial. It's all based on a comprehensive report by Virtualization Options LLC. Now remember, this is for general guidance. It is not, and I repeat, not legal or financial advice. So you're definitely going to want to chat with your own financial and legal pros before you make any big moves. Okay, legal stuff's out of the way. Let's get to it. So, has this ever happened to you? You open up that monthly cloud bill, you've got a number in your head, and the number on the screen is, well, it's way bigger. You get that sinking feeling in your stomach, just thinking, how? Where did all these charges even come from? Trust me, you are not alone. And the culprits? They're often hiding in plain sight. And here's what's truly wild. We're not talking about a few dollars and cents here. According to the source material, these hidden fees, these surprise charges, they can make up a whopping 20 to 30% of your entire cloud spend. I mean, just think about that. That's a huge chunk of your budget just vanishing into thin air on things you didn't even plan for. So let's go find out where it's going. Right. Every good investigation starts by rounding up the usual suspects. These are the easy ones to spot, the low-hanging fruit. We're talking about resources that were set up, used for a bit, and then just forgotten, left running in the dark, quietly costing you money. Suspect number 1, snapshots and backups. Now, backups are a good thing, right? Of course. But what happens when you set a really aggressive automated backup policy and then forget about it for a few years? You end up with mountains of old, unnecessary snapshots. Each one of those is a little file taking up space, and you pay for that storage every single month. And that leads us right into our next suspect, IP address charges. It's so common. A developer spins up a test environment, grabs a static IP address for it, and when the test is done, they shut down the server. But they forget to release the IP address. So even though it's not connected to anything, the cloud provider just keeps on charging you for it. It's a slow bleed, but boy does it add up. Okay, so we've looked at forgotten resources. Now let's dig a little deeper. We're looking for the silent accomplices. These are the costs that aren't forgotten. They're being actively generated by the very applications you're running, hiding deep inside the code itself. Check this out. This is a perfect example. A lot of cloud services charge you a tiny fraction of a cent for every API call. Now, an inefficient app might use something called polling. It's basically your app yelling, anything new? Anything new? How about now? Anything new? Millions of times. A much smarter, more efficient app uses an event-driven pattern. It just waits quietly until the service tells it, hey, something new happened. The difference in cost can be absolutely staggering. And I'm not exaggerating here. The source material spells it out pretty clearly. An inefficient application making all those pointless API calls can rack up thousands of dollars in extra charges every month. That's just pure waste, baked right into the app's logic. Suspect number 3 is a classic case of too much of a good thing. Verbose logging. Look, when you're developing and debugging an app, debug-level logging is a lifesaver. But if that setting accidentally gets pushed into your production environment, whoa. Your app starts spewing out gigabytes of useless log data every single day. And you pay for all of it. You pay to ingest it, you pay to store it, and you pay to analyze it. It's a huge expense for data you'll probably never even look at. And here's another sneaky one, DNS queries. Just think of DNS as the internet's address book. Your app needs to look up an address. Now, the cloud provider charges you per lookup. A well-built application looks it up once and then saves or caches the answer. But a misconfigured one, it asks for the same address over and over and over again. This can and does lead to tens of thousands of dollars in surprise charges. All right, it's time for the final act of our investigation. We're going after the masterminds. These costs aren't accidents or simple oversights. They are baked right into the architecture of your system by design, and they are the sneakiest of all. Let's take the NAT gateway. It's a critical piece of tech for a lot of secure setups, but here's how they get you. First, you pay an hourly fee, just for the privilege of having it exist. Fine. But then, and this is the kicker, you pay a second fee for every single gigabyte of data that flows through it. If you have an app that sends out a lot of data, this second charge can absolutely explode your bill. And it's not just NAT gateways. This is the big thing to watch out for. Think of it like a hidden data tax. So many managed services, your load balancers, your API gateways, they all have these little per gigabyte data processing fees. And if you have a high traffic application, those fees can easily cost more than the base service itself. It's all in the fine print. So there we have it. We've tracked down the clues, we've identified the main culprits. The case of the hidden costs is just about closed, but the real point of all this isn't just solving one mystery, it's about turning you into a cost detective inside your own organization. So here it is, your official suspect lineup. These are the 7 big ones we unmasked today. You've got your forgotten resources, like old snapshots and unattached IPs. You've got your application problems, like polling and crazy logging. And you've got your architectural masterminds, like those NAT gateway fees and all the hidden data processing charges. This is your checklist. This is where you start hunting. And that's where we'll leave it. We've laid out the biggest culprits, the most common ways costs can sneak up on you. But every single cloud environment is different. It has its own quirks. So the real question is, now that you know what to look for, what else is hiding in your cloud bill? Good luck with the investigation.